Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Malcolm Gladwell, and this is my book, Outliers. Now, I have one question for you. What exactly is an outlier? Well, an outlier is something that is situated away from or classed differently from a main or related body. A statistical observation that is markedly different in value from the others or the sample. Still confused? After a few examples, you will be able to discover outliers in your life. This is Trevor. He wants to be a hockey player. What month were you born in, Trevor?
June?
That's a shame. You see, the cutoff for age class hockey is January 1st. Therefore, someone born a few days after the deadline has an age advantage due to maturity over those born months after. An age advantage that is significant during this time in one's childhood. And, as a result, they start off in the more advanced leagues due to their early advantage. As I say in my book, a professional hockey player started out a little bit better than his peers, and that little difference leads to an opportunity that makes that difference a bit bigger, and that edge in turn leads to another opportunity which makes the initially small difference bigger still. And on and on and on until that hockey player is a genuine outlier.
So, if I'm getting this right, you use statistics and logical reasoning, otherwise known as logos, to infer that your so-called luck of being born in a certain month leads to becoming an outlier.
Now you're getting it.
And this is all due to luck, right?
Exactly.
So does this mean I'm not going to be a star?
Yes, Trevor. Yes, it does.
Oh.
However, it takes more than just being born with an advantage to succeed. It takes a lot of practice. According to my book, researchers have settled on what they believe is the magic number of true expertise. 10,000 hours. And that brings us to our next example.
Alright.
Now, what do we have here? That was Oscar. As you can see, he's horrendous at basketball. He has not yet achieved his 10,000 hours of practice. By his play, I'd say his total practice time adds up to about 5 seconds. But through the power of training montages with overused Rocky music, let's see what happens when he reaches his final form.
I don't know, man. I don't think I can do this. You can do this. You're right.
How many hours is he at?
Over 9,000!
10,000 to be exact. Of course, there are some outliers that helped him succeed, like his basketball hoop. When Oscar was a baby, his parents gave him up for adoption after finally deciding that that it might be too much to care for a 19th child. Luckily, his foster parents were very rich and were quick to buy him the basketball hoop necessary for putting in 10,000 hours of practice, something that would be unimaginable for a family of a much larger quantity.
I'm adopted?
It's also fortunate that the person he hit while practicing just so happened to have ties with the NBA and will most likely be securing a spot for Oscar in the NBA. Now that's what I call a hole-in-one.
Wrong sport!
Okay, so because I've made myself group leader and I'm absolutely perfect in every way, I decided to do the entire research project by myself. Go on, take a look at it, and just in case there's something you want to change, not that there'll be anything that you want to change, but...
This doesn't seem very good. There are so many misspellings and a lot of this information is very inaccurate. Yes, I know the voice in my thoughts is a guy. Is that a problem? Anyways, I should say something.
It's crazy what you can notice by looking over something a second time.
Okay. Seems as perfect as ever. I'm going to turn it in.
I graded your guys' assignment.
We got a 5%? Apparently the spelling was bad. And all of my information was wrong. I thought you were smart. Why didn't you say anything?
Now, this situation may seem puzzling to you. Why would the student be completely aware of the problems within the project, but do so very little about it? To understand this, we first need to understand her culture. As you may have been able to clearly tell, she's Korean. She has grown up learning Korean culture and has brought it with her to America. It is common in Korean culture for one to show the utmost highest respect for his or her superiors. In this case, her partner who has appointed herself as group leader. For textual evidence, consult my book when it states, but Korea, like many Asian countries, is receiver-oriented. It is up to the listener to make sense of what is being said. Now with that in mind, let's rewind a little bit. I'm just gonna...
It's crazy what you can notice by looking over something a second time.
To her, she has said more than enough and is giving a clear hint to her partner to make changes. Even one's own culture is an outlier. If the student grew up with an American culture, I'm sure these situations would go much more differently.
Okay, so because I've made myself group leader and I'm absolutely perfect in every way, I've decided to do the entire research project by myself. Go on, take a look at it, just in case there's something you want to change. Not that there'll be anything.
This is the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. Our 40th president was Ronald Reagan, not Ronald McDonald. The Statue of Liberty was not created by magic, and Donald Trump is not, wait, I could actually believe that. And don't get me started with the spelling. Every word in this essay is underlined in red. How could you possibly accomplish misspelling the word A every time? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to delete this entire thing and start typing stuff up for the last few minutes that we have before this project is due. And still get a higher grade than this 10-piece page of garbage.
Like, why would you say that? You know how I
This
feel.
is
Like,
so
why
bad.
would you? I tried so hard. I
Like,
don't even know. I must
did
have
you
been
not
like.
pass kindergarten or something? Like, oh my god, this is terrible.
I must have been on Wikipedia. I don't even know.
Christ.
Like,
where would you get this information from?
this is
Fox News? I don't understand.
This
my
makes
God.
me so upset.
How could you be in this class?
I don't even know.
What? No. Wait. What do you want me to do?
Sorry about that. They may have failed that test, but I give that roast an A+. Let's move on to our next example.
Are you making puns now? Are you serious?
So, tell me about yourself.
Well, my IQ is around 170, but my childhood was rough. I lived in a broken down neighborhood where books were used as stools. However, I did get a scholarship to read. While in school, though my mother forgot to fill out my scholarship info, so I lost it, and from there I became a loser with no college, singing railroad songs while working on the railroad.
Remind you of someone else? Probably not because you haven't read my book yet, but this shows a perfect example of how even geniuses require opportunities to become successful. Let's look at the quote from my book again. No one, not rock stars, not professional athletes, not software billionaires, and not even geniuses ever make it alone. If this really smart guy had the opportunity to grow up in a better home and have smarter parents, and then the chances of his success would skyrocket. You know what that is?
Super depressing.
An outlier! Boom.
Wow.
Hola, ¿quieres mis elotes? Son los más mejores de todos.
OMG, you speak Spanish? This food must be like so legit. I think I'll have a aloha.
Mire, gringa, estos son auténticos, por favor.
Ooh. That food is good AF. I think I need to post this on my Tumblr, on my Twitter, on my Insta, on my Facebook.
Oh! Elotes. Because of the cultural background of making these elotes, they're unique and better than everyone else's. Now the opportunity comes when the foods become popular, and now this vendor can go from rag to riches from his cultural opportunity.
Hola, papi!
Hola,
Una erota, por
una
favor.
elote.
Ego!
Ay, ok. Ay, son riquísimos. Son riquísimos. Gracias, awesome.
Hola! Más erotes! Más erotes!
No es posible. Ay, muy riquísimo, riquísimo. Ay, sí, sí, sí. Si una vez sí que te amaba.
Hey, look here, partner. You talking I ain't messing around here. There be some fighting words you be spilling. Last time I checked, I be in America. And y'all be speaking American around here.
Sorry.
Y'all be sorry, cause I could've sick my Donald Trump. I know. Y'all be real quick, that be coming up here. That wall be coming up. And they be saving my job up in here. You know, what are you doing? I told you to stop the bleeps. I'm not even swearing.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm calling my stunt double.
That was too much. That was way too much. I can't. Hello. Now, after watching this scene, you might be wondering why. Well, I'll tell you why. This is what's known as a culture of honor, in which a person's culture is determined by his or her action. Southern people are more distinct to their cultural background due to their aggressive meanings. And this is very well explained by determining the Southern people. He is under a constant threat on the ruins of his loss of animals, so he has to be aggressive. He has to make it clear through his words and deeds that he is not weak. He has to be willing to fight in response to even the slightest challenge to his reputation, and that's what a culture of honor means. It's a world in where a man's reputation is at the center of his livelihood and self-worth. And as you can see, being a part of a culture, therefore acting a certain way, leads to certain opportunities in life. Not for this guy, because he's building a wall.
Hola, soy Malcolm Gladwell, punto 2. Y pues, en mi libro hay muchos capítulos y voy a hablar un poquito de los capítulos. Como la flor, con tanta amor. Te viste tú, chimarichito, me raichoy, yo sé perder, pero ay, cómo me duele. Ay, cómo me duele. Si una vez y que te mala, que por ti la vida dada. Si una vez.
Y'all, see, I told you she'd be taking my job. What did I tell you? Right before this last scene, I told you she was gonna take my job, and guess what? She's the one
Mira,
that be
gringo,
taking.
por favor.
No, I'm taking
Ese
my.
es mi
No, I'm
trabajo.
done here.
Hola.